Well, we finally got snow that's stuck. So this is what the weather looks like today. And this is where we'll be working today. In the shop in Tawston. A few things parked in here. This is what I'm working on. The Lockwood windrower. I've had this thing for quite a few years. It's a Lockwood 554 windrower. It's what we use to harvest the potatoes. It windrows up the 4 rows and puts them back on the ground where the harvester is going to dig up 4 rows. So when the harvester comes through, it's actually digging up 8 rows. Do a little bit of work on everything here. Right now I'm working on this side plow blade. It looks like this one over here. Just finished working on that coulter. It was a little bit bent, so I turned it around, tightened it up, but now it's crooked the other way. Hopefully that'll push it back to straight eventually. But yeah, there's the side plow blade. It sets into the ground, so it wears the bottom off. And we just take it over here to the actually has a sacrificial piece of metal right here. It's welded on. You can cut that off before it wears into the shoe. We didn't wear it off that much last year, so I built it up a little bit with some 7018 rod, and then I put a nice layer of hard surface rod over the whole thing. And that seems to keep it from wearing off. We've actually worn them off before. You can see where we went way too long at one time and wore it off clear to there. This piece here, little strip here, I had to put back in. And then I added the bar to the bottom because it's easier just to cut off that couple of welds and take that bar off. It's actually just a pivot drive line, so we have some bent ones and some used pivot drive lines that we can use. Yeah, and then we'll do the same thing here on the plow blades. I don't know if you can see the little bit of hard surface rod there. I'll put hard surface rod up from the bottom on all them. Take these end bolts out. Let's turn that plow blade upside down, and then I can weld hard surface on the bottom. Then we'll have to go through all these little sprockets and wheels, make sure everything is all turns, all good. I finally got some time to film this. We'll see what it looks like as a video. We finished potato harvest. We had to wash up all this equipment. You can see this is all nice and washed clean. And then we did a couple weeks of compost. I had a drive truck. It's a little hard to film while driving that dump truck down the road at 50 miles an hour with the pup on the back, making lots of turns. We probably hauled 800 loads in about a week. And then the last couple days I've been hauling road mix gravel onto the roads around the parking lot, around the cellars and the shop in Tawston, and leveling that all out with a land plane. And I didn't have a really good way to hold the camera and film any of that either. So I figured being as I was in the shop, I could at least show you what I was doing, and then maybe show you the inside of a Lockwood windrower without the chains on it. The digger chain's not on there. You can see all the guts. The bottom bed where the primary is. A little short bed up to the secondary, which then dumps onto the crossover belt here in the back and comes out this chute on the ground out in between two potato rows. And that chute sticks out the side, so it has gotten bent. I have a replacement chute laying underneath here. Not sure if I want to put it on yet, if it's time, if I want to maybe get a little bit more time out of this one. But you can see this side is bent. It's been straightened a few times. It might be time to maybe put on the new one. Yeah, so we'll take these chains off of here. That way we can turn these clutches. We'll be able to turn them shafts and check the bearings in these long shafts going across here. There's two bearings here in the middle, and there's one bearing on each side. We'll have to be able to spin the shaft freely so that we can see if them bearings are still good enough to make it one more year. And the same thing up here on the secondary shaft. Has bearings in the middle and on each side. And then, like I say, all these little roller wheels, all them little roller wheels all have to be checked to make sure they all still roll, and we'll make it one more year. And then when we're done, we'll put the digger chains back in, fire everything up, make sure it all turns real nice, and then it'll be ready for next fall. Seems like a ways away, but it is nice to have this stuff done when we have all kinds of stuff going on in the summer. We don't have to worry about getting these things into the shop and get them working. So that's what I got. Thanks for watching.